Today I will be talking about the migration from Mexico to the USA, which is a voluntary migration. And I will also be talking about the slave trade, which was a forced migration from Africa to America. Firstly, I will be talking about the Mexico to USA migration. Over 50% of the migrants in USA are Mexican. Push and pull factors. Often Mexicans will move from Mexico to USA in hope for a better life. In Mexico, the average hourly wage is $3.49, whereas in America the hourly wage is $6.75, which is almost double the wage in Mexico. Also, in Mexico, little money is spent on healthcare and education, but in America there is a good quality healthcare and education. The effects on the USA. The US has to spend a lot of money for security at the border, and also there will be less jobs for US citizens. However, some people think this is good because they'll do the jobs the Americans do not want to do. Effects on Mexico. There are less medical and educational bills to pay, which benefits the Mexican government. It also makes Mexico less populated. Anti-Mexican immigrant groups believe that Mexicans are trying to take over the USA. However, some people believe that they are just trying to have a better life and it's good because they do the jobs they don't want to do. I believe Mexicans should be allowed to migrate to America if they want to live a better life. Now I will talk about the slave trade from Africa to the USA. It pushes slave owners wanted to sell their slaves to America and oppose that the Americans wanted to buy the slaves to do their hard work. The effects on Africa. Because of the slave trade, there was a better local economy because tribes would capture their enemies and sell them off as slaves. It also lowered the population of Africa. The effects on the USA. The slave trade helped build wealth for Americans by Americans making profit off selling slaves. It also led to racism because the whites would look down on their black slaves. Some people thought the slave trade was wrong because they would not like these things to be done to them. But a lot of racist Americans thought that blacks did not deserve the right. I believe that blacks should not be sold to America as slaves. They should have the right to stay where they want because they are also people like us.